It's me. I've been waiting for this video since 2023. Let's go over what we're going on today. We have Absolute versus DIY. No fluff, no foam, no cannon, no microfiber. Rinseless versus rinseless. The way people are gonna do it at home. Yes, some of you might foam, but say you're in a garage, winter outside, you wanna wash your car, which one cleans better? Which one is slicker? Which one gives it that enhanced gloss feeling? Which one smells better? All those questions will be answered in this video. Here's what we got. P&S Absolute. As you can see, I didn't just use 2 ounces. I've been using this. I bought this gallon with my own cash. It's been dying on the shelf since I started these reviews. I brought him out again to play. He's ready to play, boys. I don't want to be biased here, okay? Don't want to be biased. DIY rinseless. This little thing's cool. I had one, but it's on the other bottles. Here's what we got. When we're thinking about smell, I want to go over that for a second. Absolute has a real coconut lotion smell. It smells good. It smells great. It's like when you open up like a cocoa water, you smell in the bottle and you feel like you're trapped in an island by yourself, and you could either use this to wash your body or for lotion. DIY reminds me of summer apple orchards. It smells amazing. They both smell great. Now, let me show you the car. You're like, Eddie, why is the car always dirty? Beverly, why is the car always dirty? Always dirty, like every 2 days. But just so you can see the goal of getting the car as dirty as I can, we drove through puddles, we went through snow, we took the hard bounces, because this video for me had to be on the dirtiest surface with just a pre-treat and a sponge. So we're gonna make it even. I'm going first right now. What we're gonna use in the washing machine is these two, right, Jamie, the cleaner? We're just doing sponges today, boys, nothing else. Nothing else. What we have for our sprayers. What we have for our sprayers. We have Absolute in this one. This is a Quasar sprayer. How'd you get it in the bottle? I diluted my bucket, 3 gallons of water, 1.5 ounces of rinses each, and I just put some DIY in this, Absolute in this, both warm water, nothing added, straight dilutions as you would. We're gonna do this panel first. Let me show you what that looks like. We're gonna start with this panel. We're just gonna mist on Absolute. The goal is to see how it's gonna emulsify that dirt, how it does without a pre-rinse, just rinseless. We're gonna do the whole thing here. I'm just doing this traditional way. I'm looking for slickness. I'm looking for how it interacts, how it cleans the dirt, and you can see it, how it's pulling that dirt down. The reason I'm taking my time with this one and using the sponge is because I don't want naysayers to say he's biased. I'm just, ooh, that's pretty slick, boys. Pretty slick. Flip that over. Come down. That's the mitt. Put it in my bucket. Come down here. Flip it over. You see the dirt. Flip it over. Grab the bottom. I'm gonna dry that up. Now, right now, you can see that it does a good job with the sponge, right? You saw the video with the mitt already, with the double flip, so I'm not, just in case you forgot, I did it just to show you. Absolute doesn't clean it. It doesn't clean it, look. Took some of it off. We're gonna repeat history here. The goal is, how does it work as a rinseless? That's all we care about today. If you want to use a microfiber, my suggestion is get DIY. If you're a polymer guy, this might be it. But check that. So the goal is, how does it clean windows? Is it streaky? What do you think? Not one bit. Not one bit. It's easy to get off. I'm drying it right now. I love this towel, by the way. It's probably the best towel in the game to dry. Look at that. Absolute. Absolute. Let's get closer here with the windows, because I think that's imperative for me and my wife. So go here. Hit that. Like I said, no fancy tools. You could buy all this stuff online cheap. You don't even have to use the name brand ones. You could go get a garden hose, pump sprayer, weed thing from Home Depot for like $5. But do you see how it's encapsulating the dirt, pulling it down? Off the bat, if you care, it is way better than O&R. But what isn't, huh? Get this here, smooth. Man, that is smooth to the touch. Super slick. We'll do a side-by-side to see which one's slicker. We're looking at DIY. And remember, the goal is which rinseless, as a rinseless, is the best. No foaming. Dirt. I'm gonna flip to the corners here because I use every part of the mitt because I'm not a troll. Come down. And then put that right in the bucket. Let it work its magic. It does smell good, I'm not gonna lie. It smells super good. It smells like I just got off the ocean. My body's all, you know, caressed with cocoa butter. So off the bat here, you see how the dirt is suspended with the sponge. The problems I had with it in a microfiber, you can look at the video. I'll link it up here, up here. It's the issue I was having with it releasing the dirt. Let me dry this panel for you. And the goal is, like, how does it do on glass? Normal dilutions. Look. We saw some videos before where some, even with proper dilutions, was streaking glass. This is not. That's one of the things I look for in a real good rinseless, is how does it work on glass? How is it to dry off? And how does it clean? I know I gave Absolute a hard time, but I'm absolutely loving it tonight. There we go. That's what that looks like. It does its job, boys. It does its job. Let's go on the other side. I'll show you what DIY does. It's the other side of the car, so it's equally dirty. I don't know who in the world did that, but thank God I got PPF. That's a lot of dirt, a lot of salt, and this is all over the car. So we're gonna do this side. The windows are dirty, you see? Windows are dirty. We'll start with the windows first. Put our brand new dry situation right in the bucket. Let it get massaged. Right away, you can tell this bad boy's surfactant. Nope, I just used the 1 to 256 dilution. Nothing more, nothing less. Let that get married. Oh, it smells like apples. Spray that on. Wait, let me switch the mister. I don't want people to be like, well, you missed the other one on. Why is that different? Why is that different, Eddie? All right, here's the mister. There you go. Pre-treat the panel. We're just doing a rinseless today. All right. I'm not gonna let this sit, but you see, as a rinseless, it's doing its job of emulsifying that dirt, pulling it down. Look, it's pulling it down. I'll take my sponge. Right away, I'm gonna tell you, how slick is it? It's almost as slick as Absolute. Tiny bit slicker. Wait, hold on. It's hard to tell. It's on the glass is slicker. On the PPF, they're a tie on the PPF. They are absolutely a tie. Turn it over. Here's the unique thing here. So when I come down and I take the red sponge, I want to show you something. You see this? That's the only dirt I had on there, and I passed all that, and I flipped it on top. So is it pulling down more dirt? That's a good question. Like, you see already how the bucket is doing the same thing Absolute was. It already has the dirt being suspended, just like Absolute. Let's see how it works on glass. We're gonna take our DIY. Does it streak it? Wipe it all off here. There you go. Does not. It does not. Easy wipe off. That's how it looks. So let me just show you over here on this glass. We'll just do a glass test real quick so you can see if it's streaking or not. Get that. I'm just gonna do the whole door. I don't have a lot of pressure here because I didn't pump it all the way, but you can see it going to work. There you go. I am going to grab my sponge, drippy drippy. Take my towel so you can just see it. And there you go. Flip my towel over. And let's see how much of it's grabbing. See, flip it this way, grab this side, come all the way down. Put it right back in the bucket. And now I'll dry it. So for me, two things I've noticed is on the window, Absolute does slightly better in terms of slickness. On the PPF, they are both tied. So my whole car is wrapped. On the glass, they both do good. On the glass, no streaking whatsoever. Whatsoever. Look at that. Now, I want to show you this gloss, and I want to show you this gloss. I was told online that, you know, Absolute has some, it's slightly more glossy. I have yet to truly see that. I see a little more gloss on DIY, if I'm being honest. We're gonna do our final test, right? On this, half and half. It's a little more grabby on PPF. On the glass, a tiny bit more slicker DIY. Cleaning power. We're gonna go over that right now because you're like, oh Eddie, you just cleaned the panel, it looks good. I wanna show you side by side with just a pre-rinse on the dirtiest part of my car. And I want this to tell a story, right? I'm gonna spray half with DIY, I'm gonna spray half with Absolute this side, with Absolute this side with DIY. Right here, just a minute, I'm just gonna go half-skis. And we're just gonna let that sit. We have DIY here. Just gonna let that sit, make sure I'm not cheating, and you don't feel like I'm being fair. Okay. And then we're gonna let that sit. So that one was Absolute, that one was DIY, and you can see how they both did, pulling down all that dirt. Let's get closer. You see these spots? That's still dirty. That's still dirty. So if you look here, this one was that's still dirty. This one has more dirt. So it doesn't do as good as a job emulsifying like DIY, but it does pull down dirt. It does a good job of encapsulating it, but it's not doing as good as this was. And the panel was the same. I think this side was a little worse. See, that's with it dry, DIY. Absolute. Can't really tell the difference in gloss. Left side is tiny bit, tiny, like that much. This side's super glossy too. Same test I did a while ago is the same thing I'm seeing, where DIY seems a tiny bit more glossier, but Absolute is no joke either. Look at that. Yeah, it was November 23rd, 2022. I took Absolute and threw her on the shelf because I wasn't impressed with what was happening. Today is the new year, the 23rd. Super Bowl just happened. I'm finishing up the video. I took Absolute off the shelf, and she's Absolute come to play. I mean, I was so impressed with how she did, so impressed with how DIY did. Look. For me, polymer base, Absolute is absolutely monstrous. Hydra might come out, Polymer base, this thing, everything we've tried so far. Oh, Brick, sorry, buddy. Keep your head up. O&R, McKee's, I mean, like, I think Absolute's got you. DIY, no. I mean, you're there. You're playing in the same game, right? It's the Chief versus the Eagles. You're playing the same game, bro. You both have your own talents. One does foam, one does rinseless, so it's flexing hard on both. The other one just flexes hard on rinseless. It's slick. It's awesome. It smells good. But for me, overall, I'll stick with DIY, but I will be using Absolute. It is staying on the shelf. I'm not giving it away. I said sorry to her. She accepted my apology. Why is it a she? I don't know. She said I identify as a she. But look, I said sorry to her. She said, look, we're good. I'm going to bring her out to play a little bit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They both killed it. But I'm going to tell you something. If you buy DIY right now, and you try it before you try Absolute, you're going to be absolutely mad. Because DIY is just a magic, right? Foam it, don't foam it. Use it on window, don't use it on window, use it on glass. The other one does the same thing, right? You can just use it as polymer, spray it on, take it off. Good with the sponge, DIY. Good with the microfiber, DIY. Absolute shines with the sponge. Buy either one, you can't go wrong. That's my synopsis. You can't go wrong. My hat goes off to PNS. You slayed it with Absolute. Ivan, I already took a bow for you. I'm gonna do it again. Sayonara. Thank you for, just coming in. We got 2 more videos before the final event of the year. And I think these 2 rinselesses are the best in the business. I'm not gonna tell you what. I think Absolute's the best polymer base, period. Until Hydra comes in. And maybe we'll have to see. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone for supporting my wife. Jamie the Cleaner, shout out to him. Shout out to Dewar. To everyone who supported my wife and I on GoFundMe. To everyone who subscribed. It means the world to me. Without you, EC Details wouldn't exist. We're on a road to 1,000. And how we get there is you hit that subscribe button. Right here. You hit the notification button down there. And we'll see you in the next video. You guys be safe. Peace.